Behind me is the Girard section of this canal along the Schuylkill River. If you want to see the journey from suburban Pottstown down into this area here, stick around. Alright, so I have wondered about the Schuylkill River Trail for a while and how it got over 422, and I'm going to look to do that today. I parked here at the Home Depot in Pottstown, and I'm going to take a walk up here on Arm & Hammer Boulevard, and let's see how this goes. That is an Aldi in front of me. I'm walking away from the Home Depot now, and again, right up there where all that traffic is Arm & Hammer Boulevard. We're going to make a right, go over Route 422, and supposedly the trail continues there and over the river. So that's what I plan to do. Across the street there, they're building a Royal Farms. If you know anything about the Royal Farms, not only is it a convenience store, but they have some really awesome fried chicken. Nothing like gas station chicken. Arm & Hammer Boulevard is about 40-50 feet in front of us, and we'll go around the corner. And here we are on Arm & Hammer Boulevard, coming up with the junction of Route 422. It's a major artery here in southeastern Pennsylvania. It stretches all the way from up in, I believe, Lebanon County down to Philadelphia. Well, King of Prussia, I should say, or Valley Forge. We might have that. Nah, I think I'm right. Then you get the Schuylkill Expressway, or I-76. Well, maybe that's a turnpike. You know what I'm talking about. About ready to go over a railroad bridge. Of a now defunct railroad, as you may be able to see. And just walking along up here at the light, we'll have to make a crossing. I saw this on Google Maps a couple times before, where the Schuylkill River Trail is on the other side of 422. That would be the side towards, let's say, Spring City or whatever. Behind us as we walk is Pottstown. And I just always wondered, how does it look over there? And what's the view like from that bridge that goes over the Schuylkill River right next to 422? Now, I made a right there because at one time, none of that intersection was there off to the right. It used to be that if you wanted to come into Pottstown off of 422 in this area, or get on 422 from here, you would have to make a right here on what is, I believe, Industrial Boulevard. And you would have to come down here just where that red car just passed, and you would have to make a left to get on 422. If you wanted to go eastbound, if you wanted to go westbound, you had to make this left up here, but then veer off to the right. If you were going east, you would go underneath 422. That is no longer there. But where it was is right down here, kind of where that bicycler is going. So I wanted to take a look at that, and we'll put some insets of some pictures of what this intersection and this area right here used to look like. So you would have a left-hand turning lane, if I remember correctly, to make a left into that field right there, right next to that hotel. And that's not the same hotel as it was years and years ago. It was the same building, but and this patch of weeds leading up to that fence there was the road that went underneath of 422, and it would go straight through there underneath 422, and you would go around on the other side of 422. You would go around a circle and end up going eastbound, which is to our left, towards, like, say, you know, King of Prussia, Valley Forge, of course, Royersford, that area, Collegeville. If you wanted to go westbound, you would go through this patch of weeds and make a right, and there's a ramp that went up onto 422 westbound, and that's how you got on back in the day. Soon we'll be walking up to the bridge and you'll see the whole interchange, and maybe we'll have some inset photos of the interchange as it is now and how it was then. But yeah, you can't go back there. They got a fence there. It'd be nice if we could. That would be interesting. They didn't leave any of the tunnel underneath there or anything like that. That would be interesting too. But I do remember this, and anybody that's I would say it's probably 22, 3, 4 years older or older will remember this. All right, so we're gonna head back up Industrial Boulevard and make a right, and we're gonna have to cross some traffic using the ramps off of and onto 422 up on here on, I guess it's still considered Arm & Hammer Boulevard. Little note, Arm & Hammer Boulevard leads into what used to be Firestone and some other places, but I think it was mostly Firestone, and because of I guess some releases of chemicals and whatnot, it became a Superfund site. So there's I guess abatement that has been done and all that, and now there are other businesses back there. Everything's much smaller. There's many businesses back in there. All right, heading up right through here. We're gonna cross over there and cross that bridge. That's where we originally came from the Home Depot, and we went down Industrial Boulevard down there. So if you were on the Schuylkill River Trail coming from, let's say, downtown Pottstown towards Hanover Street, you would walk pretty much all along the river, and at this point you would get up to here, and if you were biking, walking like I am, you would have to navigate some of this in order to get to the other side. And we're going to just wait here and make sure nobody's going to run us over here. That way is going east, or I'm sorry, west. And we are headed south, basically. Kind of south. East-ish. None of this was here. There was a bridge. Was there a bridge here? Yes, there was a bridge here just leading back to Firestone, and that was it. None of these ramps were here where these people are turning on and off. It's a whole lot more open than it used to be. But this is part of the Schuylkill River Trail. And there is where Firestone used to be. And now we're to the other side. Now my understanding is somewhere down here on the right is where the Schuylkill River Trail continues. and I see a little path along the road. I don't know if that's it, or not sure. I don't see anything that says we can't go there, but I don't see an entrance or an opening either. It almost seems like maybe a walk along the road. I don't know, because you do have a bridge down there that you can cross over. I wonder. I'm just going to do it plenty wide here and just see, because I do see down there the pedestrian part that crosses over 422, but there is no real signage to tell you, hey, this is the way, that I've seen at least. If you saw it, put it out in the comments. That right there is where the circle was. The center, that's the center of the circle. You can see where you would come out through the tunnel and there and around all the way down there, and it was really sharp getting on down there. You had to make a decision and make it real fast, but that's how you would go. You would go underneath the tunnel and out through that area right there and make your way around and then back up and on, and then go underneath of a bridge, if I remember correctly, and probably more out to our right, I would venture to guess. It's pretty neat. I've always wanted to do this, come down here and check this out. I don't know if I'm going the right way. I don't know. I see a trail up here, but I thought that maybe they would have put a tunnel underneath the road for bikes and hikers to go, instead of having to walk along the road here. And for all I know, I missed an entrance and it's down there, and you're able to walk down there. And, well, of course, if you are, that's the way I'll be walking back, but I didn't see anything. So here we are, and this is the last spot for me. So I'm just gonna hop over the guardrail. It doesn't seem very conducive to biking at all. This fence seems to preclude you from going through that area over there. Nevertheless, I could actually probably walk right over in there, but I'm not going to. Sorry about that. And the sign back here, the trail closed, but it's open and unlocked. There's a lock hanging over here. Actually, that was, oh yeah, it is a lock. So I guess they got it open for now. That's pretty cool down in there. So we'll take a walk along the Schuylkill River Trail right next to 422. Whoa! He scared me, I can tell you that much. I didn't expect to see anybody else out here. I see water down in there, but it must be like not quote unquote part of the river, not part of the river. Some backup from the rain we've had lately. It certainly isn't a normal, quiet, peaceful hike, but it's something I've always been curious about. How do they get over this road right here? And these questions are being answered right now. If you've noticed, my confidant and partner, she is not with me. She's not feeling so well, and this isn't necessarily her type of thing. So I am by myself. See, even if there were some birds hanging out here, I don't know if I'd be getting pictures of them. I'd try, obviously, but A lot of times I'm the one that points out where they are. She knows they're up there, but I point them out to her. I tend to be able to find them a little bit better. But I doubt we're going to see any birds like right next to the road here. Now this part of the trail, then we're going to be coming over the Schuylkill River shortly, and then it goes down, I wouldn't say close to 724, but relatively close. And I don't intend to go for a long time unless I'm having a good time. There is Towpath Park down further, which my father and I many times put his canoe and his boat in there to go fishing. We'll see what happens. And now we're starting to see the river off to our left. The Schuylkill River isn't really a very wide river in most spots, and certainly isn't super deep in most spots. It's a great canoe trip. I've done it with my father and some friends. It's neat to see because there's parts of it you don't ever see. And it's going to be a rough picture looking through this chain link here. But my mission wasn't necessarily to catch nature. It was just to see how this went. How did they take care of this? I saw a video today, the only one I could really find, of a guy and what I assume is his daughter riding their bikes over this, but that was before this was here, this concrete and these barriers. It used to be just fence, and it was like an old rickety wooden platform, and it was only, looked like to me, about 2 to 3 foot wide, maybe 4 at the most, and with holes in it and whatever. That would have been all right for me to walk, but I would not have ridden my bike over this. Let's take a look back where we've come from. All the way back there, we came across that bridge and down through. Now I saw a biker, and obviously you saw him, he's on the film unless Mrs. Lumberjack edited him out. I failed to ask him how he got down here because he would have had to take the bike up and over the guardrail and down that ramp like I did. So maybe on the way back I'll be able to see, but I should have asked him. Off to our left here appears to be the Schuylkill River Trail. If you look up further, it seems like we'll make a left down there and come down through there. I'm feeling pretty good, so I think I might keep on walking. Well, I'm hoping this gate is open. Because how did that guy get through? Maybe he hopped over like we did originally. And that looks like what we might be doing, is hopping over. There's another bridge with traffic going underneath, having gotten off of 422 going westbound, and they can come down here to 724. The end of the trail, don't go that way. And right here to tell you what's going on. 724 straight ahead, Pottstown Borough to the right, and the Towpath Park is to our left. They don't give you an indication about how many miles. I don't think it's more than a half mile or something like that, but depending on how this trail goes, if it doesn't go straight through, it might be, you know, a mile. Something to do. It's definitely a lot quieter down here. I will say I don't look forward to the trip back, but it is what it is. Something to do. Well, that's pretty intricate inside there. Don't have a clue. Mrs. Lumberjack will have to fill us in. And she may not either. She will probably Google it. Big patch of bamboo up there. All right, little bridge over some small body of water. I don't have any indication of what it is. It may be just runoff from the highway. I don't know. It's flowing pretty good. If you're familiar with the area, right over there would be like H&F Tire. What is that Italian restaurant called? It's a great place. Giovanni's. It's Lumberjack Jr.'s favorite place to go. This looks like the makings of a wastewater treatment plant over here. Heading onward. Heading southish. 724 goes through first it goes through, well, not Linfield, but close to that. What was that little town called? I don't know, but Spring City, and then later on Phoenixville. Parker Ford is the little town that comes before Spring City. Stop. And then you have access right out there to 724. But we're going to continue on as long as we can. We see a goose up here, so we're going to maintain some distance over here on the left hand side, because there is a habitat in there with that little pond, so I'm not interested in having any issues with a goose. And that goose is getting to the water. If I was a good host, I would have my facts together and be able to give you the beginning and end of this trail. I know it ends in Philadelphia. Not sure exactly where it begins in Berks County. I think it begins in Berks County. It could be all the way up in Lebanon, but I don't know. Is it Lebanon? I'm not sure. See, I don't know. This says 39. I'm assuming that means 39 miles. Which way? We'll find out if we go another mile. And there's traffic all around, but it's definitely, besides that noise, pretty peaceful back here. Years ago, I remember fishing in the river back here, and we parked somewhere along 724, maybe that little restaurant, and walked back through the weeds at night and did some catfishing. Boy, oh boy, Those bugs around the Schuylkill River were crazy. We might pass that spot at some point because I don't remember having to go through any woods, but you know, you're talking 20 some years ago, even more. This may be the spot. There's that restaurant. I still see some woods off here to the left, but straight ahead there looks like there's a field, and I think that's how it worked. Of course, Schuylkill River Trail wasn't even here then. There might have been talks of it in different sections of it, but yeah, this might have been it, because you see power lines up there. Maybe they went clear to the water and over. I don't know. Those are just regulation wooden poles. But now my question is answered, because there's a huge metal pole there, way high up in the air, and this is wide open there. Something tells me I see some tire tracks here too, running through that. This is probably where we came through and went down to the river. And 724 is just right up there. Huge. I mean, I'm sure this isn't the biggest in the world, but there's my hand. That's quite a thread too. Amazing. Little mix of everything here. It's what you get when you live, you know, a fairly populated area. We have our woods, that's for sure. Now, I've known about there being some kind of construction or something going on up here at Towpath Park. I didn't know exactly what they were doing, so I guess we'll be at least getting a gander at it. I can see some pavilions off in the distance, so we're not that far. Not that terribly long of a walk. Pretty cool. I guess that was one of the things for the kids in the park, and they took it out for whatever reason. Poor turtle's off in the corner by himself. Only one person I saw so far, and that was that gentleman riding the bike. Towpath Park Drive, and again off to your right, 724. And well, this doesn't look that much different, to be quite honest with you. The road always bent down there to the right. I imagine they're doing something in this field right here. They do have the entrance blocked off, so I guess Towpath Park is not accessible unless you're just hiking through. I stand corrected. It looks like you can't go in Towpath Park. That's what all this fencing is. And it's a shame. I would have liked to have gone down, get a shot at the boat launch here, get a good view of the river, but oh well. So, half a mile since that last marker, 38.5. So it's counting down towards the end. People don't realize how close Philadelphia actually is. It's not like it's 100 miles away. Yeah, what a shame we can't get in there. I think shortly I'm gonna go up and see if that's a sign straight ahead, or some kind of a historical marker. I remember years and years ago I thought that there was a trail through here, and there was way back in the day. Did a little walking back through, so who knows, it might have some historical information there. There is a marker up here, or a placard, or whatever you might call it. Canal. Wow. As can be witnessed. Wow. I have to admit, I'm going to sit here and read this for a while, but you guys can pause the screen if you wanted to check it out. They mentioned Black Rock Dam, towpath, the labor required, and the lock components. Ah, that's pretty cool. And the name of the canal, Girard Canal Section. I'm sorry, that was the section. I guess it was the Schuylkill River Canal. I haven't seen anything that like pointed it out that that's what the name is, but that would be my guess. Huh. Wow. If you want to know how the term sticky wicket came into play, it's about center screen, and it explains it in the sentence before. And the Black Rock Dam, which is now open, I mean, they got sections of it, but you know, the water flows through it pretty easily. Well, I guess it did there too. No, wait, never mind. No, it kind of looks like that in the old picture, but that backed the water up for 3 miles, they're saying. And there's a really neat nature area there, Black Rock Nature Area, Nature Preserve, something like that, that we've been to. It's really neat. And I guess it was the Neil Thorpe Conservation Area or something like that. That's a pretty neat place too. What a neat area. Thanks a lot for coming along, and we'll see you next time on Lumberjack in the Woods.